Okay, I found something interesting today. I want to go over these because normally, normally I talk about. We've talked many times about true the uh, the the animal uprising around the world.
Right.
Uh, Everything from the ants taking over our technology to rats knocking out power grids. You
Right.
know, there's many dangers, but it's not all hopeless. I got a few little stories here to say that there are animals out there that don't just hate us. They're
Yeah.
still wild animals. Don't go pet them.
Okay.
Okay. So one comes from the Philippine Navy. A 62-year-old woman named and forgive me if I ruin this, Candelaria, Candelaria
Okay.
Villanueva, uh, was in a shipwreck, and she survived 2 days on a sea turtle's back. Who,
Oh,
when she got on the back, swam up at the surface. She was surface 2 days on the sea turtle's back when she was pulled onto the Navy ship and rescued. The sea turtle swam the ship around the ship 3 times before swimming off and did everything.
wow.
Now, this happens over and over again. So I don't think I want some pushback against the narrative that the wildlife is against us
Right.
because there's a researcher named uh, Nan Hauser, swimming
Okay.
right. Uh, a humpback whale, which is a very large animal. I don't
Yes.
care that it's not a meat eater. One little flap of the thing, you're gone. You're gone. It goes to swim and it hits you with a fin, you're dead.
Right.
Right? It kept pushing her. And look, there's not much you can do underwater when when a humpback whale decides to push you. So she was getting a little nervous.
Yeah.
Uh, but then she noticed that the there was she managed to see around and see a huge tiger shark.
Yeah.
And the humpback whale had got between her and was keeping her away from the tiger shark. And as big and mean as a tiger shark is, it wasn't going to mess with the
Right.
humpback whale. And it's not only the marine animals that are doing this. The It was just she was hanging on the back of the turtle. She had managed to crawl up. The way she explained it, she managed to crawl up and hold on to the shell.
Nice.
And I figure over the 2 days, she probably slept on that shell too.
Probably.
Now, in Ontario, Canada, a small boy was camping with his parents. He decided to stay up at the camp while his parents went out in the boat. The boat capsized,
Oh.
and he watched both his parents go down. So he tried to walk back into town. Now, this is in Ontario. And he, it got night. He got very cold, got very sleepy. He went to sleep.
Bad situation.
Yes. Uh, Now in the middle of the night, he kind of rolled over and there was some soft hair rubbing against his skin. And he was kind of out of it. He thought it was a dog snuggling up to him and he went back to sleep. Right. But the following morning, he discovered that 3 wild beavers had kept him warm and safe all night.
Good
They
job,
had clumped up
beavers.
around him. Yeah. Now the temperatures are below zero.
Right.
This is freezing and got saved by three beavers. And look, a beaver will eat your hand off.
Yeah.
you know, you're not. This one's a little weird. This was a little
Okay.
weird too, okay? A 12-year-old girl was going home from school. This was in June, and she was ambushed and taken by 4 guys.
Okay.
Uh, they were going to put her into a forced marriage, uh, uh, and to sell her into a forced marriage. It went through a week of this. The police were catching up with them. Uh, so the kidnappers trying to relocate. Well, the girl started screaming, and a pride of lions ran in and took care of the kidnappers. Anyone,
Wow.
Yes. Now, not only that, they took care, and a couple of kidnappers ran and got away with that. Not only that, then they stood vigil over the girl until the authorities arrived, and they stayed back as so the authorities got her, and she was rescued and returned home
Awesome.
unharmed. All right. Crazy things in the world. There's some animals out there. They don't hate us. A girl, Amber Madison, she was 8 years old. Okay. Now she lived in Thailand, and she was separated. She was separated from her family. Well, it's a tsunami that hit Thailand. Now she probably would have been carried away.
Yeah.
But there was an elephantess named Ning Nong. And as the first wave hit, the elephant picked the little 8-year-old up, put her on her back, carried her to high ground. And then when the big wave came, the big elephant turned its body to keep the little girl away from it, saving her from the breaking wave. Yes.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's awesome.
I know. I got one more.
Yeah. Hit me with
One
it.
more.
I love
All
these.
right. Okay. Todd Endress, a surfer in California. He was savagely attacked by a great white shark on 3 occasions. Now, me, I wouldn't be going back to the water.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But he got him on his back and his right leg and sliced him up. But on one of the attacks, he was saved by a pod of dolphins who stood at the shark and forced it to leave the surfer alone. Actually, it took a long time. The surfer was floating around as these dolphins battled the shark. And then they formed like a wall around him and pretty much forced him to go back up on the beach.
Nice.
And it hurt him. They're like, we're taking you back up here, buddy.
Yeah. You don't belong here.
Yeah. We're going to take you back to the shore. You need to stay up there.
That's
but
great.
I was wanting to bring some good news. Yeah, after that first time, that would be enough for me. It's like, I'm done with that. Now,
awesome.
Yeah.
Dolphins can be very mean, but sometimes they help people.
Yes. Yeah. No. As great as these stories sound, make no mistake, at the end of the day, these animals were on their side.
Right.
And for some reason, these very lucky people, it worked out for them.
Don't swim with dolphins unless you have proper protection and the right teaching and you've trained for it.
They do hate sharks. They will use that cute little bottlenose of theirs to beat a shark to death.
Yeah. Yep.
They definitely have some issues. But for that surfer that day.
Yeah. I saw a picture of a hammerhead once that had been beaten by a pod of dolphins, and there was a dent right behind his eye that was probably never going to heal. It was visible where they'd hit him in that same spot so many times.
Yeah. And after after the dolphins were like, get out.
I'm gone. See ya.
Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye. So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah. Oh, man.